Dr. Seuk's third stop on his worldwide speaking tour was held in San Francisco, California on April 3, 2022 from 2 to 6 p.m. He was warmly received by both the Tung Ilmudo members and the San Francisco church members, organized by the pastor of the Bay Area Family Church, Reverend Kevin Thompson.
Peace through martial arts, which can bring about the unity of mind and body.
USA Tung Ilmudo President Master Nathaniel Nitro gave the opening remarks, emphasizing how Tung Ilmudo changed his life and others, and how it grows worldwide, even recognized as the national sports in Kenya.
In Kenya, where our Tung Ilmudo is becoming a national sport, we're treated as a national athlete. It's easy to teach a technique for one person, but it's hard to change the person's character and heart. That's what Tung Ilmudo does to me, and I think my fellow masters here think the same.
Master Mike Kellett gave a testimony about Dr. Seuk and his pioneering days.
Church. And I would go to hear True Father speak at the Belvedere Estate, and Dr. Seuk would take notes.
Welcome up the pastor of the Bay Area Family Church, Reverend Pastor Kevin Thompson.
Reverend Kevin Thompson gave a welcoming remarks explaining how Dr. Seuk and his team resurrect carp in the 1980s and his accomplishment worldwide in a self-sufficient way.
By the way, I am a black belt in Tung Ilmudo, in case you got it. As you know, Dr. Seuk spent many years in America, very famous in our movement. I remember Dr. Seuk for resurrecting carp back in the 1980s. And Dr. Seuk and Mr. Aoki and the team took over the Oakland witnessing in downtown San Francisco and at Camp K, Makama Hill, and brought in tons and tons of people in the 1980s, as Oakland Church had done in the 1970s. And on that foundation, on the foundation of all those people who came and joined, then Dr. Seuk was in a unique position when the Soviet Union opened up to go directly to Russia and to start our movement in the former communist world. And Dr. Seuk, with the CARP members, did incredible work in the former Soviet Union, and then they went on to China. And so Dr. Seuk was able to make the foundation upon which True Mother was able to come and speak at the Kremlin and at the Great Hall of the People in China. But that's not his greatest accomplishment. I remember being in a meeting at East Garden with True Father, and Father was receiving the reports from Russia and China. Obviously, he was very happy. And then I remember clearly what Father said. He said, Dr. Seuk is doing all of this work, and yet he's the only leader who'd never asked me for money. That's huge, yeah. That is an incredible accomplishment. You know, self-sufficient and really doing something significant for God's providence, which will never be forgotten. Also, Dr. Seuk was president of the Unification Church in Korea in the last days of True Father's life. So he got to attend True Father directly during his final days. And again, that's a historic position. We are deeply honored to welcome Dr. Seuk today, and I know it's going to be a great event. So thank you for coming, Dr. Seuk. God bless you.
동일 가족 여러분, 반갑습니다.
Dr. Seuk gave a 3-hour PowerPoint presentation with the theme Heavenly Unified Korea, Heavenly Unified World, and Tung Ilmudo philosophy, explaining that the unity of North and South Korea cannot be done by force but only through head-wing ideology, which is Godism or unification thought, and that Korea must accept and welcome with gratitude.
God-vision, God-centered idea. Human beings need everything but faith to bring world peace. So we need a new idea centered upon God. That is Godism. History is the struggle between good and evil. According to communism, history is the struggle between classes, right? Class struggle. That's wrong. The goal or purpose of history is to go back or restore ideal world of creation, interdependence or mutual prosperity or universality. According to Godism, God's portion of responsibility plus human portion of responsibility. And how we can change the history through love revolution. New vision, North Korea must accept, right? That is two parents' idea, teaching. That is headwind, unification idea. First key point, absolute sexual ethics and true family values. It should be realized only through headwind thought or Godism. It is to be done by unifying the values of the North and South through Godism.
이용을 하니까 하나님 보지 않지. 하나님 보지
하나님,
하나님도 마음 있어요. 진짜 마음 있어요. 있지. 있는데 마음 봤어.
나 오늘 저 윤선명 선생이 그 철학이 사상이 아주 집약해서 저희가 그 말씀해 주셔서 그대를 정확하게 보고를 했습니다.
Father proclaimed about the God in North Korea in 1991. Heart is the impulse to love and to be loved. In 1979, Father sent me to UTS as vice president. Spent the UTS for 3 years. One time Father came. All students must practice 통일 무도. So almost 100%. One of them, Dr.
Dr. Seuk shows and explains how even the communist world like Russia and China accepted the new ideology, which is the unification thought or Godism.
260 people blessed. Not only blessing, marriage blessing, but also 성화 blessing. So Father visited Gorbachev and Kim Il-sung by true love, right?
The dream of peace and unity on the Korean Peninsula.
Thank you very much for your humble attention.
All right, Anju, thank you very much.
An awarding of UPF certificates followed to selected martial art groups, given by the UPF representative Mr. Wayne Hankins. Then followed by the Zhang Kung Fu Institute demonstration. An intermission by the DP dancers. Local Tong Ilmudo San Francisco chapter demonstration. cutting of the cake ceremony in celebration to the 43rd anniversary of Tung Il Mudo.
Happy anniversary to you.
The event was concluded with a dinner for everyone as we continue to celebrate and socialize with each other. Get to know more our guests and further question and answer with the Grandmaster Dr. Jun Ho Seuk. A total of 140 people in attendance to the event.